Welcome to This Week of Four Horsemen, where we are in the land of Horsemen, where we are in the land of Mecca. On my left is the Iron Giant, in name only. And I am the Big O, Lachlan.
Very nice.
Yes, love that show.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I like Iron Giant.
Batman, robots.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Anyways, so what is This Week of Four Horsemen?
This Week of Horsemen, as it is every week, we're going to talk about some stuff that's coming up at the shop, some stuff around town, some events, just some cool stuff.
Or just talk.
Or just talk. We do that a lot.
I don't know why you'd want to watch that.
I don't know.
But we're going to do it.
Do it every week.
Yeah, and like we do every week, we're going to start it off with a giveaway.
Yeah.
And this one's pretty simple. Come into the store, give Ron some head polish.
What?
Be the first one to do it, and he'll whip a $25 gift card out of his pocket and hand it to you.
We don't rehearse this stuff. So, what if I put spit shine? No.
Spit does not count.
No.
Unless
Please
it's
no.
head polish and the brand name is Spit Shine. That'd be great.
That'd be all right.
Yeah. I can't even take credit for this one.
But I like the matte finish. This was Alex's idea.
Maybe.
Uh-huh. I
Sounds
see
like
how it is.
Maybe we should move on to comics.
Yeah, let's do some comics.
All right, so we have some new series coming out this week. One that I'm particularly excited about. Go Power Rangers! First issue of a new Power Rangers run, and it is a Mighty Morphin series.
And this is the original series?
Yes.
The original?
Well, original crew, yeah.
Okay, good.
So of the originals, who's your fave? If you say anything other than Zach, you're wrong.
Then I'm going to be wrong.
Okay.
Green Ranger.
Well, okay, if you say
Green
anything other than Zach or Kimberly.
Kimberly was all right. Trini was cool. Green Ranger every time.
That guy was a nerd.
He was. Well, they were all. Well, the blue one was the big nerd.
I can't. That's not even an insult.
It's a good thing.
I know.
It's a compliment.
No, I meant to say he's not a nerd. All the rest of them are
nerds.
nerds.
That's true.
He just needs to take his ponytail and get out of here.
It's a good looking.
Take your flute and your dragon and just fly off, Pete.
What else you got?
Next one. I don't want to talk about the next
Dark
one.
Crystal.
Ugh.
Scares him so much. I love the Dark Crystal. I love Jim Henson. Look at that cover.
Cover is pretty though.
That is real pretty. Have you got to read it yet?
No, I'm not reading that.
The stuff of nightmares.
I had a tradition as a child. I would watch that movie once a year on my birthday, right before I went to bed, just to scare the bejesus out of me. Perfect.
We're gonna do a screening of that in the shop one of these days.
Perfect Halloween tradition.
Midnight screening of that.
Ugh, terrible.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna skip it.
Yep.
Anyways, going on. We have a new crossover.
Okay.
Can you guess between who? No, you cannot.
I cannot.
I will go ahead and tell you. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and everybody's favorite manga rabbit samurai Usagi Yojimbo.
Look, it's samurais all over the place.
Yeah, I love this cover art.
Yeah, that looks really
beautiful. I think the art style is really cool. I'm definitely going to thumb through it.
Yep.
And going on to one of my favorite superhero groups meets one of my favorite video game studios.
Yep.
A game or a comic based off of the Telltale's Guardians game.
How in the world? I guess I'm still kind of new to all this, and it just amazes me that that these Telltale games are that popular to where they can generate comics from them now.
They acquired the licenses for the following franchises.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Batman,
the Batman,
Jurassic Park.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah,
yes.
we'll play it. All
right.
They're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
We've also got Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 10,
which is apparently twice a month now.
Yeah.
Which says a lot.
She's coming out quick. Yeah.
Yeah. She's coming out of the gates fast on the inside track. That's Dr. Aphra, the horse with the goggles.
The goggles are very important.
Yeah, they add about 20% cooler.
Yeah. Yep.
And he doesn't even get that reference right over his head.
He just gains speed.
If Poppy were about 3 years older, you'll get that reference.
All right, we'll see.
All right, moving on to the Four Horsemen Versus series. Last week, it was hard to see because these were possible two of my favorite contenders. It was hard to see them go at it, but Obi-Wan did beat the New Justice team.
So who do you think Obi-Wan sliced up first? Is it too soon? Is it too soon?
I think that I'm a Philip J. Fry fan. And this is hard to say because he's my boy.
Yeah.
But more than likely, he killed Fry, and Leela and Ben are like, we out.
Yeah. No, I bet that Obi-Wan took out Bender first. because Bender's probably the only one that had any chance of getting near him and doing any kind of damage.
Fry has super speed. He's captain yesterday.
Yeah.
And Leela has super strength. I mean, super strength probably isn't that intimidating to a Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
But super speed could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, Fry doesn't have anything to back that up with.
But all Obi-Wan needs is the high ground. They're done.
Speaking of the high ground,
yes,
we have a gigantic match this week.
It's going to be huge.
Yes, it is.
Huge?
Uh-huh.
See what I did there?
Bringing it up on the screen, it is Godzilla versus the Care Bears!
What the?
Alex!
That is not...
I know you hate Return of the Jedi, but come on!
That is not...
Okay.
There we go.
Village of Ewoks versus Godzilla. And the Ewoks have this unlocked.
Yeah. There's no way Godzilla's making it past this one.
He's going to go straight into the forest.
Yep.
And
Yep.
2 logs are going to come out from the tree, smash his skull in, game over.
That's going to be some big logs. I'm more worried about... to me, it's going to be like he's going to be walking around, then he's just going to start getting these little Ewoks just chewing on him.
They're just going to eat him.
Chew him.
They are going to barbecue this guy.
They're going to eat for days.
We had some people on the Facebook page who mentioned that Godzilla doesn't even have to enter the forest. He can just set it on fire and burn them all. But almost the entire moon's a forest, so it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
There's a desert though.
I don't think he'd care.
Yeah. Although the desert isn't canon anymore. All right, we're going too deep.
Too deep.
Right, moving on.
Moving on.
Okay, so weekly events. This is a brief overview of the events that we hold every week here at Horsemen Comics and Gaming. For more information on any of these tournaments, please go to our Facebook page and click on the events tab.
Yep. So Wednesday we're going to kick it off with our D&D Encounters at 6. Happens every Wednesday. It's a great place, a great way for new players to get involved in Dungeons & Dragons.
Brief overview.
That's brief as it gets.
Okay. Proxy Legacy at 6:30. HeroClix at 6:45 that same night.
Thursday, Commander Night from 5 to close. X-Wing Thursday Night Flights from 5 to close.
Yes, and then this Friday we have our Popper event at 6 o'clock, and then our Modern event at 6:30. All right, sorry guys, technical difficulties in the studio. What else do we have going on Friday?
Friday night, we got Friday Night Pokemon, 6:30. You can watch on Facebook, Twitch, and or YouTube.
Maybe, that's not confirmed yet. All right, moving on. Saturday, we have our Pokemon League at 12 and Standard Showdown at 5 o'clock. And then also on Sunday, we have Dice Masters at 2, which you can definitely watch on all of our streaming channels.
Yep, upcoming FNM events. We're kind of looking to you guys as to what events you would like to see out here. Looking at you.
Yeah, what do you want to see at FNM? We're kind of moving away from some older stuff. We're looking to try some new things. Hit us up on social media. Hit us up in the store. Tell us what kind of Friday Night Magic event you want. We had our Chaos Draft last week. It was huge success.
So much fun. It was a lot of fun.
You can actually go on all 3 of our channels and check out the video of us letting people pull packs from the bag.
Yep.
I uploaded it to YouTube and Twitch today. It's really good. It's fun to watch.
I'm going to throw you under the bus right now. So Ryan slipped in some non-Magic packs, but nobody pulled them. I really wanted to see somebody pull some Yu-Gi-Oh packs and get a reaction, but it did not happen.
It was actually Caleb's idea.
Was it?
Yes.
That sounds about like something Caleb would do.
Bus Caleb.
Yeah.
Boom.
Crunch.
Okay.
Last Friday of every month.
Yep, and also this Friday we're having our brewing contest again, so that means the coolest deck from each event will earn a free month of FNM entry. So if you bring the coolest deck, you will play in all of August for free.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then I think we have a 40K thing going on, right?
We do. We have the 40K Fate of Connor Week 1 starting this Thursday at 6. The entry is going to be $10.
Is that John Connor?
It is not John Connor.
Okay.
But there are Necrons, which look like Terminators to me.
Necrons,
yeah.
I'm not into that.
Robotic.
Let's move
on. Skeleton dudes.
Yeah. If you want any more information, please check out our Warhammer Facebook group.
Yep.
They will have the lowdown. Speaking of leagues, kicking off the Hour of Devastation League that started last week. You can still sign up. You can play your matches anytime in the store, but our usual play night is Thursdays at 6, and registration to the league is $15. I'm playing in it. Ron's playing in it.
I'm building my deck as we speak. I'm multitasking.
I thought
I'm really good at
Are
this.
you rebuilding your deck? Because I thought you played your first match last night.
I had to reassemble my deck.
Why? What happened to it?
There was an incident, and actually we may actually have some footage of that. Would you want to see it?
Not really.
Don't rush me. You've been around for a long time. You're not in any hurry. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. All right. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna swing for everything. And that's your tail. Gotcha. You're done. I win. Have you not touched a magic card in 65 million years? I have never played anybody so bad. You realize I've only played like 4 games, and I just whooped the tail off of you. Donnie, remember what your doctor said about your blood pressure. Donnie, calm down. Just calm down, Donnie. I had no idea Sealed League was going to be this exciting. Donnie.
Why are we still let him in the store?
I don't know. I'm still looking for a couple cards.
He's out of control.
If you come in the shop and you see a couple cards like stuck in the ceiling, they're probably mine. Sealed League, Thursday at 6. I'm going to be here tomorrow night. Come out and play. Or no, Thursday night. Days a week, not my thing.
You can play them anytime, though.
Anytime. And
I do have a thread in Team for Horsemen, which is our Facebook group for Magic, that has all the rules. If you have any questions, please hit me up.
Yep. Also, this Saturday, we're going to have a Guild Ball Regional Qualifier. This is a big deal. It starts at 10. The first round starts at 11, and it's going to be a $10 entry.
Yep, and it will qualify you for the Nova Cup if you win.
Yep, there are going to be some extra. Nova.
Taylor. Nova.
We're still doing ape jokes.
I will be doing ape jokes for a while. Yeah, probably until the apes take over. And then it may not be so funny.
It's not soon enough.
Yeah, or too soon.
True. Legacy Championship?
Yes, we have another qualifying event this Saturday for the Legacy Championships at Eternal Weekend in Pittsburgh, which is this October. It will be this Saturday at noon, $20 entry, and the winner gets a cash prize and a 1-round buy to the event. Of note, this event has to be sanctioned. The Eternal Weekend is ran by Card Titan, and they are allowing us to run this for them. They said it had to be sanctioned, which means we cannot allow proxies. So if you are in need of particular cards or a deck for this event, please hit me up, and I will do my best to help you out.
Yeah. Speaking of Magic events, we have another Magic event in the area that we want to kind of spread the word about.
The West Virginia Junior College in Clarksburg is having a Magic event for new students Wednesday, August the 9th from 1 to 6 p.m. They will have a modern tournament with a $5 entry fee plus casual play, so if you just want to bring your commander deck or your kitchen tables decks in and have some fun, please do so. If you'd like any more information, contact one of my personal best friends, Chris Walmart Hefner, at 304-842-4007.
Why are you calling Walmart? Off the air?
I'll tell you later.
Off the air. Gotcha. All right. New segment, because we're huge Star Wars nerds.
And because we want to make Alex's life terrible.
Yes. That's why we're here. This week in Star Wars. Yay! Battlefront 2, Inferno Squad.
Yes, a new Star Wars novel that came out today. So when the first game came out, there was a novel that went along with it, Twilight Company,
right?
Which was about the Rebel Alliance's answer to the 501st. It was like their most rough
squad,
their most rough and tough battalion.
Yeah.
But the actual game had no story mode, so it was just a book.
And then okay.
Now this time Battlefront 2 has a story mode. And this book will be the prelude to that. So where the book ends, the game story mode will pick up. And it's about the Inferno Squad, which is an elite corps of Empire soldiers. They're advertising it to be like the Empire's answer to the Rogue One crew.
Right.
And I'm really excited. I have to wait till next week to get a new Audible credit to listen to it because I get mine at the beginning of the month.
Gotcha.
For planning. So I will be starting it next week.
What's the time frame that this is set in? Like
the
right after Jedi?
Galactic Civil War. No,
okay.
No, it's before.
Okay.
So the game, so where the story mode on the game picks up, the Inferno Squad is on the Force Moon of Endor. And they see the Death Star blow up, and
right.
they go from there, I think.
So right after Jedi.
But so the book should be during. I can tell you more about it next week when I get my new Audible credit and I can start listening to it.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
But I'm super excited for it. Christine Golden wrote it, and she also wrote Dark Disciple, which is the Asajj Ventress book, which is is definitely the darkest Star Wars novel I've ever read. It was very, very highly recommended.
My daughter's a huge Ventress fan. I'll have to make sure she reads that one.
It's
Lake can read that.
It's dark.
Is it really dark?
It's dark.
Like
Jedi Council, the Yoda's like, off the record this will be. It was kind of rough to read at some parts.
Pretty good.
Moving on.
Movies. Saw a good movie last week. Dunkirk. It was. I'll tell you what, man. That movie let the wind out of my sails. It really did.
Yeah.
It is not a feel-good movie. It's not. Yeah. You're not
going
to come out high. Well, you might come out high-fiving and.
So basic. Long story short, Dunkirk is about it's a World War II movie. This is based on real events about the Allied forces retreating out of France, trying to make it across the English Channel at a place called Dunkirk, where the Nazi Air Force had basically destroyed the entire port. So they had to kind of come up with a way to get across the channel. And the movie was great. I loved it. But the movie makes it seem like everybody died.
Yeah.
But in actuality, like, they got, I think out of 400,000 troops that were on the beach there, they got like over 350,000 of them. It's a really harrowing story.
But I think even in the movie, it said they made a statement that Churchill wanted to try to salvage like at least 30,000.
Yeah, he said, bring me 35,000. We need those to be the basis of our army when we reinvade Europe. And they wrote off the rest of them. They're like, oh, they're all going to die.
Isn't gonna work.
Yeah, and they got over 350,000 of those guys across the beach. I don't want to give away too many of the details, but it was great. You should check it out. Yep. We also had another movie come out last week that I haven't yet gotten to see, Valerian.
I want to go see that so bad. I'm nervous when they pump movies like this. They did it with Fifth Element. It's the Star Wars of the 90s. But this movie
was really good, though.
It was. It turned out to be really good. This movie looks, visually, it's beautiful.
Now it does remind me of Fifth Element a lot.
It does. Real flashy.
I was doing some reading on it today. Apparently, there are a lot of the original graphic novel came out in 1972, and there were a lot of similarities to Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah. So definitely, I'm going to check this out at some point. Yeah. It looks if nothing else, I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Cool. Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
Is also this week.
The James Bond that we've always wanted. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and check it out.
It looks really good.
We'll maybe give you a report on Atomic Blonde and Valerian next week.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep. Speaking of movies, that's kind of a neat segue. Horsemen of the Week this time around. Do you want to do the honors? I should do the honors.
Is our buddy EJ.
EJ is the man. I don't know if you know this guy. You've probably seen him here in the shop. We work with him a lot. Works down at the theater. Mm-hmm. Fantastic individual. Would give you the shirt off your back, or off his back.
Stands for extra juiced, because that guy, he's awesome.
He's got some energy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Excellent.
I could have said something better.
Yeah. We'll just let that one go.
All right.
We'll edit that in post.
No, we won't. This is live.
What? Live? I thought we recorded these.
I finally found out these are live. All right, let's move on. Four Horsemen mailbag. We got a question came in from Rebecca via Facebook. She has a two-parter.
Okay.
First part: what is your favorite? Who is your favorite female superhero? Part 2: and who is your favorite female heroine who does not have superpowers?
Ooh. Okay.
All right. Part 1.
All right. Part 1. I have always had a special affinity for Rogue. And the reason I like Rogue is she is a superhero, but she's very empathetic, and she really likes people, but she can't. She's physically
empathetic. That's one way to put it.
Yeah. She can't get near people.
No, I see that. Like she's a very emotionally based character.
Yeah.
But she can't express that physically. Yeah. Which, as you know,
I
was a 13-year-old boy once. I understand that's frustrating.
It's not worth what you were going with that.
Maybe that joke wasn't okay for the show. But we're live, so let's keep rolling.
Yeah, good deal.
I like Rogue. Sticking with the X-Men theme,
okay.
I definitely have to go with Kitty Pryde.
Oh, I like Kitty Pryde.
She's one of my favorite superheroes, regardless of gender. For me, she was just probably one of, if not the most relatable of the X-Men, and they are my favorite superhero group for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
She always kind of seemed like she was the X-Men who was in the group, but was a little bit on the outside
looking in.
Yeah. Because like she's powerful mutant,
yeah,
no doubt. But I mean, she's moving and grooving with Wolverine and Storm, and sometimes it seems like she has trouble keeping up. And then you get to see her journey as she like finds her niche in the group, and like becomes a part of them.
Yeah, I always liked when her and Wolvie got together.
Oh yeah,
she was sort of tempered him a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like some other, kind of like Logan a little.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
oh, yeah, it was.
All right. So, favorite fictional heroine who does not have superpowers?
I think she actually does have superpowers because she's pretty super in my book. Carol from The Walking Dead. I loved Carol. I still love Carol. I hope she lives forever.
Well, okay, so we're not talking about the comic books.
Not the comic books.
Because she throws herself at a zombie and dies very quickly. She's like, that's a zombie. I don't want to live. I'll throw at her and die. The writers of the TV show decided they wanted to explore her character a little deeper.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
They have turned her into an amazing character.
Yeah,
I love her to death. She's very black and white. She knows what needs to get done, and she just does
I
it.
like her journey because she starts out the same way she is in the character in the comic book, where she's an abused woman who kind of hides behind her abusive husband, and her husband dies, and she kind of hides behind Rick and Lori, and then when Lori dies and she has to kind of move away and become a stronger person, and I can see where you would say that.
Yeah. How about you?
So my knee-jerk reaction was Leia, but
anything Star Wars.
She's force sensitive.
But she doesn't really use it or doesn't really manifest. I mean, she gets like feelings
in
like
the current
strong.
canon she doesn't. In the EU or the Legends canon she was a Jedi.
Oh, she was all about it.
Yeah, so I feel like that's not a real answer. So I kind of want to shout out to all the non-Force user female Star Wars characters.
All three of them?
No, there's
Mon Mothma?
Mon Mothma is a really cool character.
She really is.
Yeah, she really is.
Name more female characters in the Star Wars mythos.
Sabine, Dr.
Afra. I'll give you Afra.
Padme, Jyn Erso. Like, you can go on.
I don't think you can.
I,
How long is this show?
It's a trap.
Admiral Akbar is not a lady. I mean, I know a little bit about Mon Calamari biology, and I'm going to tell you that he is not.
I don't want to know how you know that.
But I also just thought Hit Girl. I like Hit Girl a lot.
Yeah.
She's really cool.
Yeah, she was really cool. I remember her opening scene. And oh my god, that was great. That's beautiful.
Have you read those comics?
I have not read the comics.
You should, because I'm not sure I like the movies anymore.
Really?
After I read the comics, comics are whew.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right.
So there was some unfortunate but not completely unexpected news at San Diego Comic-Con.
Eventually.
Yes, Robert Kirkman announced at the Walking Dead panel that the comic book will be coming to an end very soon. And Ron and I are going to take this opportunity to make our own predictions.
Yep.
How's it going to end? Boom.
Everybody dies. That is the only logical outcome of this whole thing. There is no way that these people can survive.
All of humanity or all of the group we're following?
The entire planet will be overrun with zombies. Eventually they are going to... I mean, a human will die out, and that's the end of it. This is
dark.
It is very dark, but it's very rational.
Okay. I think that not humanity, but the group will all die, with the exception of Rick.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because I think that would actually be even darker.
Oh, that would be real dark if he's last man standing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So I've been reading online. The going theories are that he's going to wake up in the hospital.
They better not do that.
Which I will lose my mind.
We will
riot.
We'll riot.
Or that the last chapter will be Rick dying and Carl kind of taking his mantle.
Carl needs to stay on the porch.
Yes. That's what I think it's going to... The last chapter will be the reverse. Will be Carl dying and Rick having to deal with it.
Yeah. I don't think he'd deal with that. I think he would just... At that point, he would just check out.
Yeah. My other theory is that... Pause for spoilers if you're not current on Walking Dead, the show or the comic. Maybe pause it for a couple minutes. Now, I've been thinking of this. So in the comics, at the prison, the baby dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the show, she lives.
Yeah, she's still there.
In the comics, you don't actually see the baby die. So I've always thought that maybe like one of the survivors from the governor's group like grabs that baby and like raises it.
Yeah.
And now in the comics, we've time jumped.
Right.
So I've always thought that character could come back into the story.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
get reintroduced.
That may be something that has to do with the ending. But in the comic, or in the show, of course, obviously
they've got
that
the
can happen. Yeah. So, of course, they could also have different endings.
Yeah. Good theories all around, but I think it's...
We're waiting.
Done.
Robert Kirkman, prove us wrong.
Yep.
All right, so moving on, we have a sale this week.
We do have a sale. We have a bunch of miniatures games going on this week. We got the Warhammer Week of Condor #1, or first week, and we've got Connor.
Guild Ball
John
Regionals.
Connor and the Guild Ball. Yeah.
So we're doing 10% off of all of our miniature games plus accessories and paints.
Just mention the show at the counter and they'll take care of you.
Yeah. All right. I gotta get out of here.
It's time, man.
Me too. Yeah. I gotta play some video
Time
games
flies.
or something.
Are we doing that?
We are.
We should do that.
Yeah. It's
Double feature.
Stick around. We're gonna play Telltale Tuesdays. The Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us.
At
Big B.
About 9 o'clock, we'll be back on playing some video games.
Busy games.
All right. Let's move into the closing.
All right.
We have a few social media pages, and we would be very much honored if you would follow all of them. Please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/4horsemencomicsgaming. And follow us on Twitter at 4horsemencomics. Watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics. And check out our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com. Hey, we need to add that to the graphic.
Oh, yeah, the store. That's the thing.
We need to... Can you imagine if you and I had a combined to-do list, what it would look like?
It would not end.
Ugh,
you ever see Encyclopedia Britannica? That would be our list.
I thought you were going to make an Encyclopedia Brown joke.
No.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird. No weirder than this.
No weirder than this.
Very weird.
Very weird. So weird.